My name's Ian. I'm a dad. I'm an engineer. I've done some business. I've done some startup business, which often includes some market sizing. So I'm going to take you through some market sizing today, talking about green fuel versus diesel. Right. So let's back up a little bit though and talk about why I'm doing this and where we are. Um, I'm a dad, and like many people, climate change and the sort of lack of progress, the lack of significant, visible anything happening, kind of got me down. And then I started learning about this molecule. So nitrogen and hydrogen, together it's ammonia. We can make it with green fuel, and the costs and it it seems to be a massively scalable solution. Uh, but let's talk about it in relative to diesel. Okay, let's just start comparing things. So why diesel? Why does this matter? Um, Batteries cannot replace a lot of things. Tractors are not going to run on batteries. Trains are not going to run on batteries. Transport trucks, planes, a lot of things won't work on batteries, and therefore we need fuel. So what does that fuel look like? That's a big question. And I think you're going to like this answer. So globally, every day we consume about 100 million barrels of oil. 100 million. The US is about 20% of that. So the US consumes about 20 million barrels a day. These are the daily statistics for what the US consumes, like where does it go? So 43% of it, so almost 9 million barrels, are used for gasoline. About another 20%, so about almost 4 million barrels, are used for diesel. Another 3.5 used in industry, so plastics, things like this. And then we start getting into smaller bits. Jet fuel is like 8%. So there you go. We consume millions of barrels of oil a day, of diesel, like 300 million barrels. Sorry, 3 million barrels. Gosh, these numbers are so big. Yeah. Okay. So let's do some market sizing. What's that worth? All right. So this is the daily value. Daily. So 3.9 million, 42 gallons in a barrel. All right. So that's 163 million, almost 164 million gallons a day. I'm sitting in a hotel in Las Vegas, and the price here is $4.30 a gallon. So that is 700 million a day. A day. All right. So I mean, if you could replace a chunk of this, this is big business. Big business. So green ammonia. It's clean, it's cheap, it's simple. You can, so let's say you're on the remote edge of Canada, right? You're off in Newfoundland. Lots of wind, right? So you put up some turbines, you take that wind, you use it to crack through electrolysis water. And you don't worry about grid connections or anything. You just use that electricity, crack the water, and make fuel. right? Put it on a boat, send it wherever you want to go. That configuration is a lot simpler than trying to balance grids and thinking about the whole exercise of like getting it close enough to the city. But you know this, you make it wherever it's windy and wherever land is cheap, right? So Africa, Australia, you make it anywhere. Now this can be done on a really small scale. There are units that are like $1 million, but you can also do like billion-dollar facilities, right? So this seems to be massively scalable, right? Um, and the interesting thing, like it's hidden, but it already exists, right? Um, there's 120 ports that trade in ammonia. We consume millions of tons a year. All the safety and training and engineering standards for handling it, all that stuff already exists. It's a massive commodity. Um, we're just going to use it for fuel rather than for industry and agriculture. Okay. Um, so, it should be simple. So, cost to produce this fuel, right? I said you've got your wind turbine, you do the electrolysis, then you combine it with nitrogen from the air. Okay, what does that cost? Um, right now, numbers they throw around are about $500 a ton. So that's like 30 cents a liter, right? $1.40 a gallon. Okay. So that's cheap, 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 cheap. But apples and oranges. Diesel actually has more energy per liter. So diesel has about 36 megajoules a liter, where ammonia has 12. So you kind of need 3 liters of ammonia um, to do the same like power as 1 liter of diesel, right? So if we do some conversions here, um, that's like 94 cents for a liter and $3.55 for a gallon, right? But I said in Vegas what you pay at the pump. So across sort of diesel and gasoline, distribution costs tend to be about 20%, right? So that takes it to $1.13 a liter or $4.26 per gallon. Now, what I say? I said a gallon here was $4.30. Okay. So 100% green, simple, um, and cheaper than diesel. That's not bad, eh? So let's talk about the figures. All right. So heavy trucks are like 24% of US energy consumption, right? Ships, right? Ships, they're already doing this in ships. Trains and buses, 2%. Right. The military uses tanks, things that generators. So this could be big, 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 big. Now, why diesel, and how would this work? So let's look, for example, at a diesel electric train. Okay. So diesel hybrids, I mean, they started developing these in the 60s. Why this is the ideal application for ammonia? Ammonia doesn't like to rev when you burn it. Okay, so it works best in a motor that's kind of optimized to just sort of run at that speed. And that's how a diesel electric train works, right? The diesel runs sort of an optimal way, and it drives the motors. And in between, there's batteries and stuff like this. It's a hybrid, right? So ammonia works best in a hybrid. And basically you could swap it into something that is a diesel hybrid kind of right away. Um, this operation Edison Motors, for example, they took train systems and put them in trucks, right? So here we have these diesel electric trucks. It's all existing technology, right? Uh, so that's it. So could this work? Yeah. Uh, what's it worth? Um, you know, 700 million a day. So yeah, I'm feeling optimistic. I'm feeling optimistic. The numbers work, tech all exists, and I mean this is big enough to attract people's attention, right? This isn't a little notion. This is huge, huge. So there you go. Have a good day.